Welcome back, whiskey fans. I think it's time for another random dram. Randram, number 6. Come on. Don't be shy. Come on. Dram number 6. That's very different. And I think there's quite a bit of peat to this one. And it's particularly oily, dirty peat. I'm immediately thinking Lagavulin, possibly Bunnahabhain. I think Islay. Why am I smelling it out of the bottle? I don't know. Definitely darker than the King's Bonds that we had recently. And definitely very, very different. Wow. Wow. That's a weird one. There's a toffee penny and creamy lactic note. Wow. Tapioca. Rice pudding. But this is really interesting. It's just got a really slightly ugly and plasticine kind of jelly sweets. A real warts and all whiskey. Really, and by that I don't mean ugly, I mean really characterful. I think it's got a real savoury salinity to it as well. Definitely a really characterful, ugly, oily, slightly industrial, dirty peatiness to this one. I think this one has to be Islay. I think the only thing that I've had that has that flavour profile to it that's not Islay would be Wolfburn. Wolfburn have had a couple of kind of peated Islay cask whiskies which work much, much better than the average Islay cask finish. I don't think that's a finish. It is Islay through and through. Smoky, phenolic, medicinal, bandages, salves, industrial, oily, engine oil, car workshop, but lovely and fruity as well. That fruitiness. I'm finding it hard to pin down exactly where that fruitiness is coming from. I'm tempted to say there might be a little bit of red wine influence in there, but not sure. But if it is any sort of red wine influence on that, and the colour probably suggests that it's not. Colour looks more like first fill bourbon. But if that fruitiness is coming through from a red wine cask, it's one of the best red wine casks I've ever had. Incredible, beautiful, dirty, burnt, really, really burnt. Like the cask is on fire. Charcoal, firelighters, industrial, smoky. Incredibly good. Lovely sweetness, and I haven't had the Ardbeg Barbecue yet, but this is kind of what I imagine it would be. I don't think it is that though. Well, Barbecue is not single cask, so it's not. But I think that this is stronger as well. I think that this one is going to be another one similar to the last King's Bonds that we had. It's going to be high 50s at least. And it's fantastic. I just hope it's affordable. And it's very, very, very nice that we've got such a high quality, heavily peated dram represented in the calendar. What do I think this is? Could be a Lagavulin, but I think that would be too expensive to go into this. Could be a Bunnahabhain, possibly a Kalila, possibly a Wolfburn. I think my money would possibly be on a Wolfburn. Let's see what we've got. Well, it's not Islay, so they partially tricked me there. Although I did say Wolfburn, I was open to the possibility that this wasn't Islay, although it really tastes like Islay. It's an Annandale Man of Sword Vintage 2017 Cask 1480, and it comes in at an eye-watering 60% ABV, which is about what I guessed. So Annandale is another lowland distillery, so heavy representation so far from the lowlands, which until recently didn't have a lot going on at all. There wasn't much. Like 10 years ago, there wasn't a lot of whiskey being produced in the lowlands at all. Now we've had a massive resurgence with Glasgow, Annandale, Kingsbarns, Bladnoch reopening, etc., etc. And I think that's fantastic because I really like lowland whiskey. And this is also a fantastic example of how whiskey geographical categories are utter BS. Because this is about as far as you can get from a classic lowland character as you can possibly get. So Annandale, being Man of Sword, it is their peated stuff, because you've got Man of Words, which is the unpeated stuff, named after Rabbie Burns, and you've got Man of Sword after Robert the Bruce, which is the peated stuff. So I'll be interested to see what that cask is, because it tells us that it's a 2017 vintage. So that tells us that it's no more than 7 years old, but it could be 3 years old because we don't know when it was bottled from this. But it's cask 1480, so we should be able to find what that is and find out what cask it came from. 60% ABV, smoulderingly smoky. I'd agree with that. It is very, very good stuff. And for some reason, it's available for £62.84. So I don't know if have Annandale dropped their prices? Because when I reviewed Annandale, the main criticism that I had about their distillery is that they're bloody expensive because everything was single cask and cask strength. It made everything like £120. And as good as it was, and it really always has been, Annandale's been phenomenal since day one. It's just not like £120 good. But £62 for this is a no-brainer. If you like your ugly Islay style peat, really, really good. Beautiful, acrid, burnt peatiness though. Really on par with probably the best coming from Islay. That is a stupendously good peated whiskey. Let me know what you think about this one, and let me know what you think about Annandale, because I do think that Annandale could be a key player in the lowland scene in years to come if they can kind of sort out that price quality sort of mismatch. But at £62 a bottle for this stuff, it seems like they might have done. Beautiful. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts, and cheers.